You sit down for a few minutes. Then suddenly, it is evening. Your back feels tight. Your legs feel strangely heavy. You stand up and your body needs a moment to remember how to move. And maybe the strangest part is this. You did not feel exhausted while sitting there. You felt normal. That is what makes sitting so dangerous over time. Not because it hurts immediately, but because the body adapts quietly. Research from the Mayo Clinic has linked prolonged sitting with increased risks of heart disease, diabetes, weakened muscles, and even memory decline. But the real story is deeper than that. Because sitting all day does not just affect one part of your body. It changes how your entire body communicates with itself. And most people do not notice it happening until years later. So what is actually happening inside your body while you sit for hours every day? And why does the damage begin long before symptoms appear? Maybe this sounds familiar. You tell yourself you're just tired because you have been busy. Or getting older, you notice your hips feel tighter than they used to. Your posture changes in photographs. Your energy crashes in the afternoon for no clear reason. And somehow your body feels stiff, even on days when you barely move at all. That part confuses people, because most of us still think exhaustion comes from doing too much. But sometimes exhaustion comes from not moving enough. You may even exercise regularly, a morning walk, a trip to the gym, maybe yoga once or twice a week. And that absolutely helps. But here is the part almost nobody explains clearly. 1 hour of exercise does not fully erase 10 hours of sitting. Researchers from the University of Sydney found that prolonged uninterrupted sitting carries health risks even in people who exercise regularly. Because the issue is not only fitness, it is circulation, muscle activation, blood sugar regulation, brain stimulation. Your body was designed for constant low-level movement. Tiny shifts, walking, reaching, standing, not complete stillness for hours at a time. And when movement disappears, your biology begins adjusting to that new normal. But the most surprising change is not happening in your muscles. It is happening in your metabolism. And that changes everything. Here is the hidden truth about sitting. Your body interprets prolonged stillness as a signal, not just a position. A signal. When your large leg muscles stay inactive for too long, an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase begins slowing down. That enzyme helps process fats and sugars in your bloodstream. And when its activity drops, your metabolism changes within hours, not years. Hours. That means your body becomes less efficient at managing blood sugar. Circulation slows. Inflammation rises quietly. Calories are processed differently, and the effects ripple outward. Research published in the journal Diabetology has showed that simply interrupting sitting time with short movement breaks improved blood sugar control significantly. Not intense exercise, just movement. This is what makes the body so extraordinary. It responds incredibly fast when you give it the right signals. The body is always listening to movement, to stillness, to rhythm. And here is something many people normalize without realizing it may be connected to sitting. That restless feeling in the legs at night, the numbness after standing up, the brain fog around mid-afternoon, even feeling strangely low emotionally after long indoor days. Those are not random flaws. They may be signals from a body that has gone too long without movement. And once you understand that, you start seeing sitting differently, not as rest, but as prolonged inactivity your body must compensate for. Which brings us to the question that matters most. What can you actually do about it in real life? Insight 1. Your body needs motion more than exercise. Here is the first shift. Your body does not only need workouts, it needs interruptions to stillness. That changes the entire conversation, because suddenly health is no longer trapped inside a gym schedule. Tiny moments matter. Standing during phone calls, walking while thinking, stretching while waiting for water to boil. These small movements reactivate circulation and wake muscles back up, and the body responds immediately. One simple action before today ends: set a quiet timer every 30 to 45 minutes. Not to exercise, just to stand and move for 2 minutes. That tiny habit can change how your body feels within days. But movement affects something else most people never connect to sitting: your brain. Insight 2. Sitting changes the brain too. Long periods of sitting do not only slow the body, they reduce stimulation to the brain. Blood flow helps nourish brain tissue. Movement increases alertness. Even gentle walking boosts chemicals linked to focus and mood. That is why mental fog often lifts after movement. Not because it distracts you, because it physically changes what is happening inside the brain. Research from UCLA has even linked excessive sitting with changes in regions of the brain involved in memory. And suddenly those forgotten words, that sluggish thinking after hours indoors, may not be just aging after all. The body and brain are not separate systems. They rise and fall together. And there is one body part that suffers from sitting more silently than almost any other. Insight 3. Sitting quietly weakens your muscles faster than you think. Muscles follow a brutal rule. Use them, or the body reduces investment in them. Especially after 40. That loss happens gradually enough that most people do not notice it at first. Until stairs feel harder, balance feels less steady. Getting up from low chairs takes more effort than it used to. And here is the painful irony. The less stable the body feels, the more people avoid movement, which accelerates the decline. But muscle is not only about strength. Muscle protects metabolism, balance, independence, even longevity. One study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that regular movement throughout the day was associated with healthier aging outcomes, independent of structured exercise alone. The body rewards consistency more than intensity. And there is one final insight that changes how many people think about rest itself. Insight 4. Real rest is not motionless. Many people sit because they are tired, but too much sitting can create the very fatigue they are trying to escape. Because the body gains energy through circulation, oxygen, movement, rhythm. Real rest is not shutting the body down completely. It is supporting the systems that keep you alive. Sometimes the most healing thing for the body is not collapsing onto the couch. It is a gentle 10-minute walk after dinner. And over time, those tiny decisions become biological momentum, either toward decline or toward vitality. Imagine two people 10 years from now. Same age, same career history, same responsibilities. One kept sitting for most of the day because it felt harmless. The stiffness grew gradually. The fatigue deepened quietly. Movement became something avoided instead of trusted. Not because the body failed suddenly, because the signals were ignored slowly. Now imagine the second person. Not perfect, not obsessed with fitness, but they responded differently. They stood more often, walked more naturally, listened when the body whispered instead of waiting for it to scream. And years later, the difference is visible everywhere. In balance, in energy, in independence, in confidence. That is the true cost of sitting all day. Not just what it does to the body now, but what it quietly steals from your future self. And the beautiful part is this. Your body starts responding the moment you begin moving differently. Not next year. Today, your body is never punishing you. It is communicating with you. Every ache, every stiffness, every wave of fatigue, signals, not sentences. So here is the question worth carrying with you after this video ends. How much of what you call aging might actually be your body asking for movement again? And if this helped you understand your body a little more clearly, subscribe to the Health Code. Because the more you understand your body, the more years you give yourself to truly live.